Yo, what's up, ladies? This is Alex from Mind for Attraction 2.0. And today we're going to be going over the top 5 books that women should read. These are the books that I'm always recommending to people. And to be honest with you, I didn't know that some of you guys were going to hold me accountable because I said I was going to make this video. So I didn't know some of you guys were watching and whatnot. Where were you guys when I needed you a couple years ago? Keep me accountable. But, thank you so much. I didn't know some of you guys were just going to be so sassy about that. Like, get that video done. I'm like, oh, goddamn, all right, shit. Jesus Christ, fuck. I'm messing with you guys. So anyways, these books, when I'm about to recommend you, these are the books that have literally transformed my life. Like, I really owe who I am today, and I am so grateful I read these books. And every time I'm on a date, anytime I'm talking to a girl, I always try to slip these books in, because I know that if any girl reads it, that will change your life. And my view is that if I'm going to talk to you, at least let me leave you better than you were before. So let's get started. Number 5 is The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is amazing for the simple fact that it teaches you how to have power in life. All right. It literally, for example, like a lot of women, they tell me this, that they feel like they have to assert themselves more at work. And some of them, they feel like they don't have a lot of power in their lives in terms of influence. They feel like they're always at the will of other people. This book will literally show you how to gain power in any situation. I am telling you, read this book and you will know how to dominate and become a leader in any area you ever set your mind to. This book will literally show you how to dominate social situations. It'll show you how to be more influential. And in a sense, what this book talks about is that power is not about dominance. Power is about influence. By influence, we're not talking about being assertive, right? We're not talking about that. We're talking about people wanting to do things for you. And so this is why I always recommend this book to women, because this book will show you how to be powerful without force. Just like Bruce Lee once said, and this is my favorite quote of all time. Ready? Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless, like water. When you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put it into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. Put it into a teacup, it becomes the teacup. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Essentially, being water is going about life without forcing things. You have your own intentions in life, but you don't force them. You see? So having power is about having influence, but without forcing things to happen, making it look effortless. And this book will literally teach you how to make mountains move in an effortless fashion. So all right, number 4 is Arnold Schwarzenegger's biography called Total Recall. Now, this is one of my favorite books because it's a biography. I normally don't ever read biography, but I started getting into biography because of this book. Think about it. Arnold Schwarzenegger was from Austria, came to America, became famous for lifting weights. Okay, like Will Burr says, I lift weights, nobody wants to pay me. He lifts weights, everyone wants to pay him. He became one of the highest paying movie stars of all time relative to his competition. And then he became a governor. And then on top of all that, he dated a Kennedy. I mean, the guy literally did everything, all with his weird name and his weird accent. The reason why this is such an amazing book is that he even says in the beginning what his plan is. And so the reason why I love reading it is because you know how he's going to end up. So because you know how he's going to end up, you have this perception of, oh, he was born this way. But then when you read the biography, you start noticing, holy shit, he was a kid. One time he was a kid, didn't know anyone, and he wasn't who he is today. So how the hell did he do that? So reading it, you kind of like trace back the steps, and it makes you realize once you read it, you're like, holy shit. It makes sense. There's no coincidence. It didn't just come down to him. You start noticing the difference between him and the normal people in his life. And you're like, wait a minute, would I have done that? Will I have done that? Will I have done that? Like, this book will literally give you so much motivation to take action in life. Like, I'm not kidding. If you read this book will make you want to quit your job and go towards your dream. Or if not, this book will make you work harder for your dreams. I'm telling you, this book is so inspirational. When I first read it, I have ADD. So when I first read it, I couldn't put it down. And that's from someone who can't focus for that long. It's an amazing book. So the third one is Psycho-cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. Essentially, the basics of this book is this. I'm gonna give you guys a quick definition. This book is about being able to change anything in life. if you have a negative way of thinking, if you notice that you keep getting the same outcome in life, you keep being with the same men, you just keep repeating the same situations in your life, same kind of problems, just different forms, this book will literally teach you how to erase those repetitive life problems. I'm telling you. Like, for example, what the basis of this book is that the reason why it's called Psycho-cybernetics is that it teaches you that we all have a cybernetic device in our brain, which is our brain. For example, I compare, the way I like to put it is that our brain is kind of like a computer. You have this super strong computer that could do anything in the world, right? But without the software, the computer cannot achieve its potential. So the same thing with humans. We humans have a brain, right? We have a mind, which is kind of like the computer. But without the software, which is in this case our self-image, without the self-image, it cannot achieve its potential. The problem is that most people have a pre-installed software that comes with us, which is that is self-destructive in nature. Which is to say, most of us have a self-image that's self-destructive in nature. So when I ask you, what kind of life do you have? Who are you? You just to see an image that reflects your current life situation, and that image is your self-image, which in turn dictates what you're able to do and what you're not able to do. So your potential will be relative to the self-image that you have. So he says that in order for you to achieve your potential, you just have to program it in, just like a program. Just like a programmer programs in the computer. Yeah, there you go. So if you want to access the internet, no matter how powerful the computer is, without the right program for the internet, you cannot access the internet. So you have to code in a software to access the internet. So if you want to achieve a certain goal, you just have to make that self-image of you achieving that goal. But the problem is that when you're making a software, you're gonna have a lot of bugs. When you're achieving your goals, you're going to fuck it up. And the key is not to give up. The key is to go back into the code, find out where the bugs are, and fix it. The key is for success in life is to continually go back and see what you're doing wrong. Keep having that vision in your mind, and keep working towards your dream. So what this book does is that essentially, this book makes success inevitable. It makes success something that doesn't require any willpower. So essentially, you're going to be able to achieve success faster and quicker with minimal amounts of effort, because you're not using your willpower, you're using the power of the self-image. And this book, I'm telling you, like, this book is why I do the things I do. This book is why I was able to master certain things in my life. This book is why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Because this book literally showed me how to take control of my life through taking control of the self-image. It's an amazing book and so powerful that when you read it, you will never be the same if you apply what the book says. I'm telling you, it's such a, and the thing about it is that it's such a simple book. The concepts are so simple and so applicable. You cannot, if you read the first 4 chapters and you apply it, that's all you ever need in your life. It's kind of crazy. Okay, so the second one is radical acceptance. This book is all about, for example, have you ever been late to work, right? Have you ever been late to work and you know that you're late, and so you're trying to rush to work and you're thinking about the scenario of being late and all that sort of stuff. And so the thinking of being late is what causes the stress. But let's say that you're running late to work and you know that you're going to be late, so you just give up and you say, you know what, fuck that shit, I'm already late. You felt that before, right? Yeah, of course you have. That feeling of fuck that shit, I'm done, like I'm already late, so there's nothing I could do, is radical acceptance. Is being able to observe what you cannot control and let go of the outcome. And that also not only relates to our life situation, but also relates to who we are, our bodies, our self-image. And so this book will teach you how to accept yourself. And this is why, particularly, and this is the truth, that why a lot of women judge themselves so much and have low self-esteem. Not because it's part of being what it is a woman, no. It's because of the society we live in, where women are judged by superficial social standards. You see, because of those superficial social standards, if you're a beautiful woman, you're born with value. And so women know that, so they're trying to uphold their value. They're trying to live up to that value, trying to get those likes on YouTube, on Instagram, and all that sort of stuff. And so this literally teaches you how to liberate yourself from that trance of unworthiness. I'm telling you, when you read this book, you're going to be liberated. Your self-esteem is going to rise. You're going to feel so much better about yourself. And above all, you're going to be happier. It's such a beautiful book. It's just such a beautiful book. Go check it out. I'm telling you, just do it. You just do it. If you read this book, you're not gonna need to go to the channel anymore, because it will teach you everything what you ever need in your life. Actually, don't read that book. Don't read that book. I'm kidding around. So check it out. Okay, so the number one, here it is, the Dandala of all the books, my favorite book of all time, and the book that I hold near and dear to my heart, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, or the distilled version, which is The Practice in the Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. This book is beyond words. Sometimes, man, this book is not even about a book, man. This book is about an experience. When you read this book and you realize what it is to be present to the moment, fully conscious and fully here now, life is never the same. Life is never the same. This book will literally teach you how to find yourself, how to be happy in situations you never thought imagined you could ever be happy, how to be at peace with who you are. I'm telling you, this book is about achieving spiritual enlightenment. And look, I'm not a guy who is into too much esoteric stuff. Even though it may seem like I'm very esoteric and into spirituality, truly I'm not. But I can't help myself but be attracted to that book, even though a part of me says, oh, it's so spiritual. But there's a reason why it's good, because it works. Like I'm telling you, I've never been so happy in my life after reading this book. Like things rarely get to me anymore. Like when I'm waiting for the train to come, I don't look to see if the train is coming. I'm at peace already. Because I'm a dating coach, so I have to approach women constantly in order to keep my skill set on peak level. Like when I approach a woman, and if she happens to reject me, it teaches you how to handle rejection. But once you experience what it is to be present in the moment, your life will never be the same, man. Like, I use this book to teach guys how to be more confident around women. I use this book to teach people who have problems with focusing how to focus. I mean, being present to the moment has so much benefits. So much more benefits you can ever imagine, that I literally will pay you to read this book, even though I'm not going to pay you. But the link to the book is below. And again, like, this is just, it's beyond a parallel how beautiful the Power of Now is. And again, if you don't like books that are too esoteric, check out the book called The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. The Untethered Soul. It's kind of like The Power of Now, but with less spiritual concepts. All right. So it has the same benefits, but I'm just saying, like, if you don't like too much spiritual stuff, check out The Untethered Soul. It's very urban friendly, you know. Anyways, these are my top 5. Number 1, The Power of Now. Number 2, Radical Acceptance. Number 3, Psycho-cybernetics. Number 4, Total Recall. Number 5, The 48 Laws of Power. Check them out. Life-changing books if you apply, as long as you apply. These are if you guys want to check out my social media, these are my social media accounts. I haven't been posting them in my other videos. Even in my other channel, I haven't done it. And I really think I should have a long time ago. But I'm going to start doing it right now. So check it out. And I know you guys are going to like that. Okay. Anyways, this is Alex for Minds for Attraction 2.0. And I hope you guys have a good day. Goodbye.